看到外国人突然间讲不出话是很多人的痛处。不管你是在服务业还是任何的产业，面对面、接电话、conference call 都是需要跟客户应对的语言。那想要呈现出专业跟自信的你，不要错过我们这个礼拜的客户服务句型的教学。那在这一集我们要 focus 的是一个基本的 customer service 的观念，也就是 customers are always right。那我们这边会提供给大家一些必备的句型跟 starting phrases。那我相信你心中也会 OS， 明明有的时候对方很无理，难道我要用一样的方式回应吗？不用担心，下一集我们就会教大家如何也是很专业的去回应那些很难搞的人。Hello， 欢迎来到商业英语 Career Plus 的 Podcast。在这边，我们利用多年国际职场与教学经验，带给大家最真实与贴切的职场英语知识。Hi, I'm Sherry, founder of Executive Plus. As a language trainer and certified coach, I've trained hundreds of managers from Fortune 500 companies such as Dior, Google, Deloitte, and Tush.
Hello, I'm Nick, Director of Communication Strategy at Presentality.I've helped startups raise millions of US dollars in funding and trained the executives of publicly listed companies to present on the global stage. Welcome back to episode 7 of the Career Plus podcast. In this episode, I was inspired to talk a little bit about customer service.Because I think customer service is something that is doubly hard for Taiwanese. There's two layers here. One, when someone sees a Caucasian face or an international face walk in, they immediately freeze up, maybe language side. But two is a lot of international travelers have a very specific idea of what high quality customer service looks like, and that may be a bit different than how customer service works here in Taiwan. Here, there's a lot of difficulties to overcome.
So speaking of the difficulties, I definitely had experience walking into a store with you, and a lot of times, the first thing they would say and ask you is, 你会说中文吗?
Yeah, the first thing they freak out is like, oh my God, I can't help them. Do they speak Chinese?
Yeah, or else I think they're actually really great sales, but they just had to ask that question, 你会说中文吗? Like hoping that you do so they don't have to worry about their language skill, which is a pity, really.
Well, I've had people go into super anxiety where I've actually asked them questions in Chinese and then they looked at me and go, do you speak Chinese? And it's like, no, I've already had a conversation with you.
The switch, right?
Yeah, the switch. Like they're still in the level of...
They're like, oh my God, processing. Yeah, 所以我觉得有点可惜啦，因为其实大家的英文都非常的好，因为我们都是从小已经学了那么多年英文，但是真的是一看到外国人就会 freeze up， 你就会有点就突然间好像脑子一片空白。所以我们今天想要教大家一些蛮基本但是非常必备的 customer service 的语言。
So this episode is, we just want to go through what are some basic phrases to handle new customers, either walking into your store or we'll actually get into phone etiquette. And this is something that has evolved over time. And we're also just going to look at, maybe some basic tips and tricks on what, say, an international visitor would expect as far as customer service goes.
Absolutely. 那我这一次我会带进我一些 experience， 因为我之前是在纽约的 Burberry 那个地方的第5大道工作，所以我也接受过一些sales 的训练。那些训练其实教我的是，当你要你 handle customer， 你在实体店面你要 face to face customer 的时候，你一定要先从一个很简单的 greetings。那大家都会觉得这个应该是 no brainer, right? You always start with the greetings, but you'll be very surprised that how many people would freeze up and just not say anything at all.
Yeah, not say anything, go,
yeah.
Welcome,
Absolutely. So you should always start with the simple greetings and then just say what you have. Let's say new products or new things on sale, right? Simple as that. Greetings and just like, okay, my name is, we have new products. So for example, we can say like, good morning or, good afternoon. We have new products. Feel free to take a look. Or my name is Sherry. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this taking a look is also part of that, good international customer service. At least as an American, I don't like very aggressive salespeople. And I feel like sometimes you walk in a store here and someone kind of stalks you and is trying to help you. They're trying to be helpful. But a lot of times is like in the US is we want the ability to just take a look around, right? And so we're very used to the idea that someone will give us that greeting, like, good morning, welcome to our store, feel free to take a look around, or, go ahead and browse, and if you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. 那之前我在Burberry 受训的时候，他们就会跟我讲说，你这个时候刚开始你就是一个简单的 greetings， 然后跟他们说你的名字，你可以如果有什么问题再来问你，这样子你会给他们一些 freedom， right? 给客户一些自由，他们可以去看他们想看的东西，而且你不用问他们说，Oh, can I help you with anything？ 这个时候他可能会直接跟你讲 No。Yeah. No. And then what are you going to say?
I will just look at you and be like, yeah, I'm just looking. And then there's that kind of awkward, be like,
exactly.
Do you just let them? Do you follow up? And then, do you want to approach them again? But if you just give them that option, be like, take a look around. If you have any questions, my name is Sherry.
Yeah, absolutely. So very simple greetings and just let them know that you're there and your name. And then maybe there's some new products or new on sale items. And that's it. Let them kind of look around, have their freedom. And then you can offer your help. If you think that they are grabbing onto some items, they want to try it on, or they're interested in something in particular, right?
Yeah, so it's like this is the moment where you notice they're looking at something, they're spending time, and you can just come up. And again, a very basic phrase, a basic sentence used is there anything I can help you with? Right? Very non-threatening. It's non-pushing. It's not like, that's great, you should buy that, it's on sale. It's more like, how can I help you?
Yeah, 所以这个地方就很简单，就可以问，还有什么地方可以帮你吗？这个时候就是你已经知道他已经可能他想要试穿某一件衣服啊，或者是他对某一个产品比较有兴趣，这个时候你就可以直接的问他 Is there anything I can help you with? 那如果他是要试穿衣服，当然你可以说 Would you like to try that on?Right? Would you like to try that on? Or you can say, I can set up the changing room for you if you like. 就直接帮他可以问他说可不可以先帮他把那个试衣间准备好。
Yeah, and this is definitely something you see a lot, like if you're shopping in the nicer department stores or in a boutique store, they'll always offer to set up the changing room, or they'll say, it's like, would you like me to put these in a changing room for you to try on?Right,
yeah. Or just simply, you just say, let me help you with that. If you see them holding a lot of coats and clothes on your arms and just say, well, let me help you with that. And I'll put that in the changing room for you. Yeah. Yeah. So let's get into the answering phone, the phone etiquette. That's really important because I feel like with cell phone nowadays, right? No one really actually have to go through the training of phone etiquette.
Yeah, I mean, now it's if you see a number you don't know, you don't answer it, or, it's personal, right? I don't answer phones that are not my own, so I don't need to interact. But in an office environment and a store environment, you do need that. And like you said, it's like that training we usually got as kids, right? When someone called your house, you don't know who's calling. They don't know who's going to pick up, so your parents would make sure that when you answer the house phone, you're not like, what do you want? What do you need?
Yeah, exactly. 真的，我觉得小时候我们当没有 cell phone 的时候，真的那个接电话的那个 proper training, proper etiquette 真的非常的重要。而且我记得我那个时候刚到加拿大念书的时候，这个部分真让我超级紧张，每次电话一响我就非常紧张，我就开始心跳得很快，因为我知道我开始要面对陌生人，而且我可能要 take a message, right? 然后要问人家的名字是什么啊，比如说怎么拼啊，这些都还要问得非常的细。
Yeah.
So, but that was really good training for me.
No, it worked out. And actually, I laugh because when, I was younger and you had to call a girl's house, right? Like you're in junior high school or senior high school and you're calling a girl's house. And, you want their parents to have a good impression of you, right? So you need to have this phone etiquette. Be like, let me talk to Sherry, right? Their dad will just hung up on you. Right? So you need to have that like, oh, good morning, sir. I was calling to see if, Sherry was available to talk.
Aww.
And then, be polite and maybe they will transfer you over to their daughter. But actually, like previously, I ran a co-working space. And both my partner and I are, the generation where we use landlines all the time. But new interns or new employees would come in and we would just think like, okay, this is common courtesy. It's right. Basic, right? And then they would answer the phone and they would just be like, wait.
Wait.
他们不在. Huh? And then hang up. And you're just like,
excuse me?
What just happened? Like, who called? Did you get a message? What are they? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know?
对，这真的是非常的可惜，因为我发现现在真的是比较多，这样听起来我们真的比较老。
We're not that old.
We're not that old, but honestly, 我觉得这个是真的。常常有时候打电话到公司，我发现也会发现一样的问题，就是大家没有那种很基本的一些 phone etiquette。那当然，如果当你要在讲第二语言的时候，那当然是更困难，但其实我们就会来教大家一些很基本的一些句子跟句型，你到底要怎么一接电话你就要说什么 right? So, as soon as you pick up the phone, what do you usually say?
Yeah, you can say something like, Welcome to Career Plus. This is Nick speaking. Or, thank you for calling Career Plus. This is Nick speaking.
Alright, so, 前面就是放公司的名字嘛，或者是店面的名字 Okay, so again, this is Sherry speaking. Yeah, always starts with this is, right?
Right.
Yeah. Or you can say, this is Sherry speaking. How may I help you today?
Right. Yeah. Like when you're trying to get in that, or a lot of times you'll see receptionists or secretaries say something that's like, thank you for calling Career Plus. This is Nick speaking. How may I transfer your call?
Okay. So let's talk about transferring calls then. Let's say, even if you're not a receptionist, you're not handling specific tasks that you're asked for, so you need to transfer the call. So right. What kind of sentence can we actually use?
So in this case, again, they know who you are. So you can just simply give them the name of who they requested or who you say it's like, I'm sorry, I can't handle this. Zona will handle this matter. So please wait a moment. I'm transferring your call.
Yeah. And I think it's really important just to say this whole thing all at once. Yeah, just because a lot of people are like, I know everyone's very busy, so you don't have a lot of time handling different matters, especially it's somebody else's responsibility. Just say the sentence all at once and then transfer the call. Yeah, I think that's totally acceptable. Yeah. And of course, taking messages. Taking messages, it's so important. And it's very simple. Just say, may I take a message for you?
Right. Yeah. So, simply as if the person calls, that person's not available, or they're in a meeting. Actually, you don't need to be that specific. And usually they recommend don't. So you can't be like, oh yeah, Sherry's in the bathroom, so you're going to have to wait a minute. But you can just say something simple as like, Sherry is unavailable. May I take a message for you?
So someone else is unavailable, right?
Right.
May I take a message for you? All right. Okay. So let's say now this was something that I was trained when I was working at Burberry because we had to serve customers on the sales floor at the same time pick up phone calls from customers. So we have to actually serve them all at once. But obviously we're very busy, so you can't do both things at once. You got to stall for a bit of a time or put them on hold, basically put them on hold. So this is a sentence that I usually would say is, thank you so much for calling, but while I'm serving another customer, I'd like to put you on hold. I'll be right back. 所以这个部分就是说，如果你必须要服务两个不同的客人，或者是你要做两个事情，那你当然你只能现在专心在一个客人身上，所以你就可以说不好意思，就是谢谢你来电，但是目前我在服务另外一个客人，那请你稍等一下，我马上回来。所以一句 Just say the sentence all at once and then put them on hold and then come back to them and focus on that customer.
Yeah, it seems like you talk about this like getting all the way through the sentence. And a lot of times is because then if the person tries to start a debate with you, then you're not making anyone happy, right? If they're like, no, I don't want to hold on, and then you have to have a conversation with them and you have someone waiting. So a lot of times it may seem kind of curt or short, but actually you're serving better both. Just tell them what's going on and then go handle what you need to get handled. If you end up in a conversation or a debate, you're actually going to make both people upset.
Because you know what? Customer service, everyone knows this. Every single person wants to be served, wants to be, they want the attention. They want to get things done 5 minutes ago.
Right.
They don't want to wait. And they always feel like, they're waiting too. Even if it's only 30 seconds, they feel like it's an eternity, So I think that's what my, trainer used to tell me that, don't feel like you're being impolite or being short. But actually you are really focusing on just one customer at a time. So it would benefit both of you, towards the end.
Yeah, but this is also a good lesson in when you're handling multiple customers. And back to the scenario you had earlier, like say someone walks into your store and a second person walks into your store. It is actually good polite service not to just kind of cold shoulder the second person, but maybe if you just have a second while talking to the first, you can just look at the second person and goes, I'm with a customer right now. Please take a look around. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask, right? But just give someone that sense of they've been seen. They have attention. And then, but, go back to the person you were serving first.
Right. 所以刚刚Nick也讲到说，如果在实体店面，那你可能同时间有非常多不同的客户，你正在服务一个人，那新的人又进来，又另外一个人又进来，那这个时候你也不用说不理会人家，那你可以直接转向那个新的 customer， 你可以说I'm serving a customer right now, and just take a look, and if you have any questions, let me know. Just acknowledge their presence, and then tell them that you're going to be there for them.
Yeah, and a lot of people are used to this because, actually who does this really well? 7-Eleven employees. I'll notice a 7-Eleven employee is, if they start to get really packed and stacked, that person will usually be very good about looking at the next person in line and going, we're a bit busy, I'll get to you as soon as I can. Or, I'll call my coworker, please wait a minute. But they actually have a very good system of handling this.
所以你会发现我们刚刚所教的，不管是实体店面，不管是你在电话上面，那不管你是 sales 还是你不是业务都好，其实你会发现这些句子都不会太大的不同，其实都是一些 May I take your message, or I'll be right back, May I put you on hold, 有很多都是差不多的一些字，然后它也都是以这种比较有礼貌的这种方式去 handle. So there is a last thing. It's somehow it is part of the customer service, but then also at the same time, I think every single person should always have that ability to, let's say if you're making a request.
Yeah,
right?
And actually this idea, making a request, was sort of the inspiration for why this show needed to happen. And I was recently in a chat room with a team that I work with. And a younger person on that team was responsible for contacting a customer and actually letting them know that the customer needed to be responsible for the last part of shipping. Like they had shipped all the way to Europe, but from the fulfillment center to the person's house, they actually needed the customer to go through the process because due to customs, they weren't able to do that. And so the head of the company requested a very new member to handle that case. And the way that he handled it was he basically just told the customer this is something you have to do. And when the owner of the company saw that message, he just blew a fuse. You've got to be kidding me. This is not how we request things, right?
Yeah.
So this is a skill that's really important because you're actually asking your client or your customer to do something. And if you don't do it politely, whatever politeness you had before, it's over, right?
Yeah.
That person is not going to leave you a good review.
Absolutely. And the thing is, it's so easy. And a lot of people would say in Taiwan, it's like, can we just use the word please? Let's say, please do this. Please do that. Does that actually sound more polite?
Like tone of voice. Yeah, no. Please clean your room, right? Every parent has said that to a child, and the child doesn't go, oh, mommy's so polite. All right.
So for me, I find that there is a phrase, like a starting phrase that's very suitable for this situation is, it would be great if you could, fill in the blanks.
Yeah, like it would be great if you could, or it's like, it would really help us out if you could do this thing.
Okay,
right.
So it would be great if you could, or it would really help us out if you could, right? Yeah.
Or again, is being very polite and clear about the situation. So the scenario I talked about before, like a simple phrasing is, unfortunately, we couldn't get the package to your house. It would be great if you could talk to the post office about the last part of the shipment. Right? But you're using that very polite. It's like, here's the situation. But then again, it's back to say, it would be great, or it would be very helpful if you could talk to the post office.
All right. 所以希望我们今天给大家这些不管是句型啊sentences 或者是 starting phrases 都希望能够帮助大家。那不管你是服务业还是你是非服务业，我相信这些都是你必须要知道的一些必备的一种应对的语言。All right, so stay tuned for our next episode, and I'll see you guys next time.
See you later.
Bye. Alright, 那现在来到了我们最后的 recap. 那我们刚刚有讲，如果你在实体店面的时候，你在面对客人，你可以很简单的说 Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We have new products. Feel free to take a look. We have new items on sale. Please feel free to take a look. My name is Sherry. Let me know if you have any questions. 再来，你可以 offer your help. You can say, Is there anything I can help you with?Would you like to try that on? I can set up the changing room for you if you like. Let me help you with that. 那如果你是在电话上呢，你的 greetings 也就是 Welcome to Career Plus. This is Sherry speaking. Or you can say, This is Sherry speaking. How may I help you today? 那如果你必须要 transfer 你的这个 call 到别人的地方，那你可以说Jack will handle this matter. Please wait for a moment. I am transferring your call. 那如果你需要帮他留言，你就可以说 May I take a message for you? 那如果现在你可能在忙别的客户，你在 serve 别人的客户，那你可以先请对方等一下的话，你也可以说 Thank you so much for calling, but while I'm serving another customer, I'd like to put you on hold.I will be right back. 那如果你只是必须要 make a request, 比如说你需要对方他可能去 handle 某一个 issue, 你也可以说 It would be great if you could. 所以 if you could 后面你就可以说 It would be great if you could handle shipping. Alright, 所以这个是我们第7集。那我们在下一集我们就会 focus 在你要怎么样去面对那些很难搞的客人，比如说对方可能甚至到对方已经骂脏话啊，或者是他真的是非常无理，那我们要怎么应对？ Alright, so stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time.